Welcome back. We've been talking about two things, emotive language and evaluating the message. We're going to continue to look at this in our second segment. We've got to understand the message, and then we've got to evaluate the message. Before we read the little poem that I've got for you, I just want to make sure that you understand the word noon and the word limp. Remember, noon is 12 o'clock. It is the middle of the day, midday. And then limp is floppy. If your hand is limp, it's not stiff. So hanging down and very, very floppy. And limp is the adjective and limply is the verb. So it's like lifeless, okay? Think about some people who shake hands. You put out your hand and they give you this flappy thing to shake, okay? That's limp. The poem is called Noon, and here is the beginning of it. The sun is bright and blazing, not a cloud in sight. The water clear and sparkling. The trees are still. The leaves hang limply. Everything is so quiet. Everybody seems to be hiding from the blazing sun. So beautiful. Noon. Now that's written by one of my grade 8s, and you would normally like to read it more than once. We're going to be looking at it quite closely, so I don't really have time to read it again, but you could be asked quite factual questions about it. Let's see how well you do. Which words are used at the beginning of the poem to make the sun sound hot? Quite factual questions. Is there a promise of rain at the beginning of the poem? And what word tells us that the trees do not have enough water? So let's just look at it. There's the beginning of the poem and our first three questions. Our first one was, what words show that the sun is hot? 2 words at least. You would choose bright and you would choose blazing. Notice she's split that word. Our second question was, is there a promise of rain? Well, look at the next bit of the poem. I don't think so. It says, not a cloud in sight. So there are no clouds anywhere at all. Doesn't seem as if it's going to rain. Our third question says, what word tells us that the trees don't have enough water? And we look at this and we get the leaves hang. How do they hang? Limply. So that's lifelessly, without energy. If you look at the rest of that section there, another factual question could be, where are the people? And you would say, well, if everybody seems to be hiding, they've obviously gone inside. So the person writing the poem looks around and can't see anybody. They seem to be hiding from this very, very hot sun, hiding inside where it's cool. Still looking at that section of the poem, does the speaker like noon? And your answer would be yes, because she says that noon is so beautiful. However, we said that you have to evaluate the message. And now we're going to look at it again in a slightly deeper way. The sun is bright and blazing. What are the connotations of bright and blazing? What are the ideas associated with that? Well, bright gives us light. Blazing gives us tremendous heat. Now we are evaluating the message. We're saying that this person is creating for us a feeling of what it's like at noon. Look at the leaves hang limply. We've got the limply. We've got the quiet. We've got the hiding. So what are we being told here? That at this time of the day, things seem to go very quiet because they go still. Why do they go still? Because there isn't energy. There isn't energy in the trees and there isn't energy in the people. Look at the next bit, not a cloud in sight. Say to yourself, how is the person feeling? Now I'm looking at the emotive quality. Is this person feeling happy? Yay, a beautiful clear sky. Or is the person feeling, oh, you know, I'm so hot, this is terrible. You might say there's a sense that there's going to be no relief from the rain, from the heat. There's going to be no respite from the heat. So relief or respite mean that you're not going to be able to get the rain which would cool everybody down. So what we're looking at each time is we're saying there's a meaning in the poem, but that you can be asked to evaluate it. And the evaluation means you go a little bit further. You're looking for not only what is said, but also a little bit about what you can conclude, about the decisions that you can make about a text from what you see. And this is true right the way through every text. You start with what does it mean? What is it telling me? Is it factual? But then you start to look for emotion. What is the emotive quality in that text? We're going to be looking in the next segment at something slightly different, but we're still going to be looking at reading and viewing.